So once again, thank you so much, Madam Dara Su, for this powerful and inspiring prayer. So next we will be inviting our regional vice president for the opening remarks with a warm round of applause, please.
Thank you. Thank you to our beautiful couple MC. I'm so happy to see you representing and MCing in this very beautiful occasion. Welcome to all of our sub-regional directors and Africa headquarter department leaders and all our national leaders, and of course to all of our families, blessed families and children and my brothers and sisters. Welcome to this orientation to the Parents Matching Convocation. This is really the start of many events that we will be holding in this month, specifically to prepare everyone, the parents and also the children, the youth, to get ready for a very important event, which we are calling the Parents Matching Convocation, which is really a chance to really see maybe and meet the potential match for our children in our region. So I'm very happy to see you here. Our regional president also sends his greetings. He couldn't be with us today, but he will be hopefully joining us in the sessions that will be coming in this coming month, and sharing also his wisdom and his view and really his encouragement to all of us as we prepare for the blessing. Of course, in the prayer of our sub-regional director, Reverend Sue, he really emphasized again that the blessing is really something that is everyone's focus like true parents. The whole focus of what we're doing, all of our activities, is really to connect us to understanding the importance of who we are as our Heavenly Parent and true parents' children, and then also to realize our purpose of creation, which starts really with the blessing, because that was part of the whole process and also the whole purpose of why our Heavenly Parent created us, in order for us also to join with Him in really giving and receiving love and growing as parents and even co-creating in this great masterpiece of the creation that He has given to us all. So I'm very hopeful that we, as now together with the BFD department, we are working very hard to find ways to best support all of our parents and also all of the youth and the children to come to prepare themselves for the matching and blessing, because as much as it is also everyone's personal responsibility, we want to create at least the structure and the processes that can help you to be able to do that of ease, and so that you can focus more on your own risk preparations and requirements. So I'm very grateful again. I hope this will be a great orientation for us all, and we can come to learn more about what it is that we need to do. First of all, what is the PMC? I hope also that can be clarified, and then also what it is that we need to do to be able to be part of it, and why it is important also to be part of it. So again, thank you, and I will end my greetings for now, and I'll see you in the next part, as I will also give a short lecture. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Mica Amanlaman. We also are so grateful and happy to see you, and we know for sure that our parents and brothers and sisters here connected are very happy to attend this session, and they will learn a lot for sure. So for next, we will be receiving introduction to PMC, and for this we will invite
our amazing BFD director, Reverend Richard Beugre. Please join us in giving a round of applause to welcome him.
Thank you. Bonsoir, vice-présidente de la région chez l'Afrique. Bonsoir, à tous nos directeurs sous-régionaux, à tous nos leaders nationaux, à toutes les familles Benin centrales, à toutes les secondes générations et à tous ceux qui sont là pour comprendre et participer à cette session d'orientation. C'est réellement une opportunité que nous avons en accord avec aujourd'hui la direction de Africa HQ de comprendre définitivement ce que c'est que le PMC et comment nous allons nous y prendre parce qu'aujourd'hui, il faut le dire, c'est l'opportunité pour tout le monde, pour toutes les familles Benin centrales de matcher leurs enfants. Donc, chères familles Benin centrales, chers leaders, sans autre forme de procès, je vais partager mon écran, si vous le permettez, afin de pouvoir vous dire deux mots sur le PMC. Parce que certainement, beaucoup ne connaissent pas ce que c'est que le PMC. Cela va faire la deuxième fois que nous organisons le PMC. Et cette fois-ci, je crois que ça a pris une ampleur beaucoup plus importante. Et donc, c'est pourquoi nous devons tous comprendre et réaliser réellement l'opportunité que nous offre le PMC. Donc, je vais partager mon écran. OK. Voyez-vous mon écran? Est-ce que c'est visible pour tout le monde? C'est bon? Est-ce que vous m'entendez? Vous me recevez? OK, merci beaucoup. Donc, qu'est-ce que le PMC? En Chine-Africa, nous allons essayer de parcourir les éléments. Vous voyez ici un salon où on a affiché beaucoup de photos. Voilà.
Désolé, révérend Beugre. C'est comme vous ne partagez pas le plein écran, on ne voit que le premier.
Bon.
OK.
Comme ça, ça va?
Oui, c'est mieux.
OK. Donc, vous voyez ici un salon où on a affiché beaucoup de photos. C'est un peu l'image, de façon ramassée, c'est un peu l'image que donne le PMC. C'est-à-dire, c'est un endroit, on appelle ça le salon des profils. Avant, le PMC ne se faisait pas sur l'ordinateur, comme ça, à distance. C'était un événement où il fallait se déplacer et aller là où a lieu l'événement. Et puis, les profils sont affichés, voilà, sur un mur. Et maintenant, vous avez à faire un choix de profil. C'est un peu, en résumé, en gros, ce que c'est que le PMC. Donc, quelle est la définition du PMC? Le PMC, qu'est-ce que ça signifie? En fait, c'est un sigle anglais qui signifie Parent Matching Convocation. Sinon, en français, ça donne convocation des parents pour le matching. Cela veut dire quoi? Cela veut dire on appelle les parents. On convoque les parents pour leur dire venez. Voilà, pour tous ceux qui ont des enfants en âge d'être matchés, venez, nous allons vous montrer les profils des uns et des autres et pour que vous puissiez faire un choix pour vos enfants. Donc, c'est un cadre et en même temps de séminaire qui est créé par le BFD pour rapprocher les familles d'ici et d'ailleurs afin de trouver un partenaire pour leurs enfants bénis. Donc, il ne s'agit pas juste de matcher mes enfants avec les gens qui sont dans ma ville, avec les gens qui sont juste dans mon pays, mais de matcher mes enfants avec des gens qui sont dans le monde entier. Parce que nous savons que les vrais parents embrassent l'humanité tout entière. C'est pourquoi nous aussi, notre vision est élevée à ce niveau. Donc, c'est une voie dont disposent les familles bénies, les matching supporters, les conseillers en matching. Voilà, pour matcher leurs enfants ou bien leurs candidats. Donc, c'est pourquoi dans le PMC, voilà, les matching supporters sont les bienvenus parce qu'eux aussi, effectivement, parfois, ils ont des dossiers sous la main et il est important pour eux de venir chercher des candidats, pour des conjoints ou des conjointes pour leurs candidats. Elle est convoquée régulièrement par le département des familles bénies et s'adresse à toutes les familles bénies qui ont des enfants. Donc, même si votre enfant n'est pas en âge de participer au PMC, voilà, le fait que vous soyez famille bénie et que vous ayez des enfants, voilà, il est bon que vous veniez participer à la formation du PMC afin que vous soyez outillés. Comme ça, quand vient le moment de matcher votre enfant, vous savez ce qu'il vous reste à faire. Quelle est la particularité du PMC? La particularité du PMC, c'est la visite de la salle de profil. C'est tellement un moment excitant, un moment intéressant que tout le monde attend cette partie-là. On va commencer avec la promesse, avec les discours, avec la... Voilà. Mais la particularité, c'est les profils qui seront mis sur le site, qui seront visités. Et c'est là qui fait réellement le PMC. C'est ce qui fait le PMC. Comme je vous disais tout à l'heure, l'image du salon en question se trouve. Les photos, c'est un peu l'image que donne le PMC. Donc, ici, dans le PMC, quand les parents viennent, ce n'est pas juste pour regarder les profils et s'en aller, mais c'est pour relever des contacts de d'autres parents. C'est pour relever les contacts des matching supporters. Et maintenant, après l'activité, c'est de rentrer en contact avec ces personnes. Donc, les conseillers en matching également prennent aussi des contacts de ses parents et les discussions alors pour le matching s'engagent. Donc, vous voyez ici, le PMC vous offre un carnet d'adresses avec qui vous pouvez échanger pour trouver un matching à votre enfant qui est à l'autre bout du monde. Vous voyez, mais si on n'organise pas un PMC, s'il n'y a pas ce genre d'événement, alors vous êtes ici dans votre, je dirais par exemple, dans votre Abidjan, vous ne voyez que des enfants d'Abidjan, vous ne voyez que des filles d'Abidjan. Mais si vous êtes dans le PMC, alors c'est le monde entier qui s'offre à vous. L'importance du PMC. Le PMC crée l'opportunité de trouver un matching pour mon enfant. Ça nous permet d'accomplir la promesse entre les vrais parents et nous. Parce que je dois trouver un matching, alors il me faut trouver ce matching à travers le PMC pour que la promesse soit accomplie. Elle rassemble sur un même plateau des candidats et des parents prêts à aller au matching et à la bénédiction. Parce que la particularité aussi du PMC, c'est pour dire, par exemple, voilà, je suis prêt, je suis un candidat, voilà, je suis sur le marché, je suis sur le plateau, je suis sur le podium. Or, quand ce n'est pas le PMC que vous écrivez, par exemple, à un parent X qui est à l'autre bout du monde, il peut vous dire que mon enfant n'est pas encore prêt, ou bien nous ne sommes pas encore prêts. Mais ceux qui se présentent au PMC sont des candidats potentiels. Ils sont prêts, c'est pourquoi ils sont là. C'est pourquoi c'est intéressant de participer au PMC. Donc, la suite, est-ce que nous pouvons aller assister à d'autres PMC hors du pays? Oui, effectivement, nous pouvons participer à d'autres PMC hors du pays. Déjà, nous voulons remercier le président régional, voilà, qui nous a permis déjà de participer à 2 PMC au niveau de l'Asie-Pacifique et de l'Amérique latine qui ont été organisés. Nous avons participé avec des candidats au niveau de l'Afrique. Et aussi, nous pouvons participer à d'autres PMC hors du pays pour rechercher et trouver toujours un partenaire à notre enfant béni. Et ce qui est intéressant, c'est que quand vous exposez le profil de votre candidat, vous prenez aussi des contacts. Vous pouvez aussi le faire par email. Voilà, on peut envoyer des profils par email, par exemple. S'il y a un PMC qui se passe au Brésil, dans un autre pays, c'est ce que nous faisons, nous envoyons les profils par email. C'est important d'être présent aussi au PMC pour avoir l'opportunité de trouver un meilleur partenaire à notre enfant. Par exemple, si vous avez envoyé votre profil à ce PMC qui arrive au niveau de l'Afrique, et vous-même ce jour-là, vous n'êtes pas présent, vous allez peut-être au champ quelque part, mais votre enfant, certes, a été présenté, mais si des parents prennent votre contact, vous aurez l'occasion de discuter. Mais si aucun parent n'a pris votre contact, comment vous allez discuter? Puisque vous n'étiez pas présent. Or, si vous êtes présent, vous pouvez prendre des contacts, même si personne ne vous appelle, vous pouvez engager la communication, des conversations avec un parent pour trouver un matching à votre enfant. C'est pourquoi il est bon d'être présent dans le PMC. Quelle est notre attitude dans le PMC? Notre attitude, c'est la prière. Parce que le PMC, c'est un moment où je viens pour regarder les profils. Mais est-ce que je dois les regarder avec des yeux extérieurs ou des yeux intérieurs? Avec un cœur extérieur ou avec un cœur intérieur? Donc, c'est pourquoi c'est un moment de méditation également, le PMC. Voilà, il faut demander l'aide des ancêtres. Vous avez libéré et béni vos ancêtres, la plupart des familles bénies centrales ici. On a au moins 430 ancêtres bénis. Ils sont dans le monde spirituel, ils savent qu'est-ce qui est bon pour notre enfant, qu'est-ce qui n'est pas bon. Donc, c'est pourquoi il faut aussi demander leur aide à travers les prières et les dévotions. Donc, il faut faire des dévotions, beaucoup de dévotions d'ailleurs dans le PMC. C'est pourquoi, réellement, je voulais vraiment que, à travers ce PMC, la vice-présidente puisse recommander que nous puissions réellement mettre les familles en dévotion. Nous allons mettre les familles en dévotion pour ce PMC qui arrive. 12 jours avant le PMC, il nous faut faire une dévotion tous ensemble pour nous préparer, parce que ce n'est pas une affaire extérieure, c'est une affaire intérieure. Bon, donc il faut être aussi attentif au profil des autres enfants qui vont passer. Ne pas se baser uniquement sur les photos. Voilà. Si d'autres parlent par exemple des photos qui sont voilà, modifiées, parfois on embellit des photos, donc on ne s'arrête pas sur les photos. C'est pourquoi dans le PMC, très souvent, on permet que les candidats s'expriment, que les candidats parlent. Ça nous permet de voir réellement qui est le candidat. Parce que les photos, parfois, ça peut être des photos bien travaillées. Donc, nous ne devons pas nous baser uniquement sur les photos, mais écouter attentivement le profil de la personne. Qu'est-ce que la personne a fait comme accomplissement dans l'Église? Qu'est-ce qu'elle occupe comme position dans l'Église? Qu'est-ce qu'elle fait? Et c'est ça qui est important. Et je m'en vais vous dire quelque chose à toutes les familles Benin centrales. Aujourd'hui, quand une famille demande après un enfant pour être matché avec son enfant, il ne demande pas si les parents sont riches, si les parents ont des villas, si les parents ont des voitures. Non. Les premières des choses que les parents demandent, est-ce que l'enfant est aligné? Est-ce que l'enfant a un lignage pur? Est-ce que l'enfant a gardé son lignage? Est-ce que l'enfant a une position dans l'Église? Est-ce que l'enfant est connecté à IAYSP? Est-ce que l'enfant est dans YSD? Est-ce que l'enfant, est-ce que vous comprenez? L'autre aspect extérieur vient après. Mais ce qui est plus important et primordial, c'est la connexion de l'enfant avec la providence de Dieu et des vrais parents. Donc, nous avons également d'autres voies de matching aussi. À part le PMC, il y a les parents parfois qui prennent des initiatives pour écrire à d'autres parents. C'est ce que je le disais tout à l'heure. Mais parfois, vous allez écrire à un parent, le parent vous dira « nous ne sommes pas encore prêts ». Voilà. Mais avec le PMC, là-bas, tous les candidats qui sont là, ça veut dire qu'ils sont prêts, ils veulent recevoir un matching. Il y a aussi les conseillers en matching également qui peuvent aussi trouver un candidat, voilà, un matching à votre enfant. Il y a aussi le site web Blessing for You. Également, je recommande à tous les secondes générations qui se préparent pour le matching, pour le PMC, il est bon que vous puissiez avoir votre profil sur le Blessing for You. Parce que quand on finit de discuter très souvent avec les parents, quand l'autre parent veut connaître un peu plus de vous, voilà, il va demander si vous êtes inscrit sur le site Blessing for You. Et pour vous inscrire, ce n'est vraiment pas compliqué. Aujourd'hui, nous pensons que nous avons fait inscrire beaucoup d'enfants. Et alors, si vous n'êtes pas encore inscrit, n'attendez pas. Voilà, vous pouvez toujours vous inscrire. Et comme ça, vous pourrez, votre profil peut être vu par des milliers de personnes de par le monde entier. Donc, chère famille Benin centrale, j'ai placé cette photo exprès pour vous montrer un peu ce que c'est que le PMC dans les débuts. Ça, c'était notre premier PMC que nous avions organisé en Côte d'Ivoire. Vous voyez ici, les profils sont affichés sur des tableaux. Voilà, ce n'était pas par Internet, c'était sur des tableaux. Et voilà, les parents, après avoir écouté, mais on ne mettait pas les profils sur place. On les cachait d'abord. Et quand on finissait de faire l'enseignement avec les parents, de donner les guidances, et maintenant, on crée le temps pour dire, il est l'heure maintenant de visiter la salle des profils. Et en ce moment, on sort les profils et alors les parents peuvent aller les visiter et prendre des contacts et prendre des adresses. Donc, chère famille Benin centrale, c'est réellement une bonne opportunité que chaque parent, chaque enfant a de participer au PMC. Il ne faut pas rater cette opportunité. Il ne faut pas laisser passer ces occasions que les leaders créent pour que vous puissiez marquer votre enfant. Rappelez-vous et souvenez-vous que ce ne sont pas les leaders qui sont responsables du matching de vos enfants, mais c'est vous, parents, c'est vous qui êtes responsables du matching de vos enfants. Merci beaucoup et que Dieu, les vrais parents, vous bénisse. Merci.
So thank you so much, our original BFD, Reverend Beugre, for this clear explanation about what is the PMC. Actually, one point which caught my attention is when he was talking about the ancestors being part of this PMC. So what do you think?
Well, I think it's absolutely true. I mean, the matching and the blessing is a spiritual journey. So in order to make it successful, we really need a lot of devotion, of course, which involves our ancestors.
Right.
So even when I look at our own matching and our own blessing, it's not only the two of us, but our whole lineage. So yeah, that's absolutely true. And for me, the most interesting thing that I could get from this guidance was that this PMC that we have now in Africa is not only for the Africa region, but it's now open to the world stage, which is so exciting. Yeah, for me, it's really something new, which we haven't seen here in Africa for a long time. So this is something that, I hope our brothers and sisters can all engage in.
The best testimony and the best way to break all the barriers, isn't it?
Adieu.
Adieu. Thank you once again, Reverend Beugre for this presentation. So, next, we will be receiving guidance for parents and children to register for PMC, and we would like to invite
our one and only Regional Vice President, Mrs. Mica Amanlaman, with a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you again. Wow. I think every time our beautiful couple MC and share, I smile. I think other people also are having smiles on their faces. So I think, as you can see, having the actual representation of the blessing in front of us is always something exciting, right? Sometimes I think the promotion of the blessing should just be our couples and their sharing and different aspects. So I'm very grateful for their emceeing, and I really think we as we progress, this is what I also think we should be doing more, is how we can really represent ourselves as couples, and really, when we're proud of something, we want to show it off all the time. And I think this is something we need to be proud of, the blessing, right? And show it off. Just generally, when people are proud of something, they talk about it all the time. So in a way, we have to have that kind of sense when it comes to the blessing. So really, this is a great time to prepare ourselves and remind ourselves of what value the blessing is. So I will be now sharing also a little bit. Thank you, our regional BFD director, Reverend Beugre, for emphasizing and clarifying what is the parents matching convocation. I think it has been around for some time now in the world. In our region, we have done it, this will be the second one, the second online parents matching convocation. However, as you saw in some nations, they did hold before, like on-site parents matching convocation. Actually, that's how it used to be. It wasn't actually ever online because that wasn't considered at that time. But actually, with this situation of things going online, everything has kind of gone online. It's created this opportunity actually for the parents matching convocation to be online, which has its also great benefits, because as already shared by our MCs, it's also opening up to other regions. It's not just within your own nation, right? I think in some cases, that's how it used to be when it was an on-site, but now it's just all over our whole of Africa, as well as even internationally. So this is something I think we are exactly what our true parents want, is, breaking barriers in culture, in nations, to also meet and find our spouse and our really to have the blessing and really bring this one world together, one family together. So so now we are in this second one, and we are wanting to keep improving, and I wanted to share a little bit about how we can start preparing to enter into the PMC. So guidelines for preparing to join the PMC is the topic. Just a moment, it's still sharing, I believe. Still not sharing? Okay, there we go. Okay, so I will be going into this by talking a little bit about what are requirements for the parents, and then what are the requirements for the children, because in some sense, there are some differences, because the parents, it's as you know, the meaning of the title is parents matching convocation. So it's actually for the parents, but right, the parents will be the ones attending, but they're the ones also, the children are the ones sharing their profile. So the parents will be also promoting their children actually in the parents matching convocation. So there's two sides required to prepare. So when it comes to the parents' side, preparations for matching and the blessing itself. So generally, of course, what was emphasized also by Reverend Beugre and also clarified again by our MCs is really that the blessing is something that is beyond just the external. It's very much an internal preparation. And this importance of Chongsong, the condition, is very important to really prepare our hearts, our minds, and also come to connect to that heart of our Heavenly Parent. If you hear the testimonies of even True Father, like even before he does anything, he would offer a lot of Chongsong and prayer. So if we think, True Father was the one who used to give out the blessing, we also as true parents, have to initiate and start that same process of really offering a lot of Chongsong. In fact, Chongsong shouldn't just be just before the PMC. Of course, any time is great, but it actually should be from the beginning. True Father mentions even from the womb, even when the baby's in the womb, you should already be praying for their future blessing. So this is something we have to keep reinforcing, we have to keep practicing. So Chongsong together as parents, of course, Chongsong with the children also. Unity between husband and wife and unity also within children is also very important. There's many cases that if people are not united, it's hard to really have a good matching process. So if as much as possible, the parents, the husband and wife as a couple need to show unity towards the matching and blessing of their children, as well as have unity with their children to really understand, the children's heart, also the children understanding the parents' heart, so that the matching process can really go smoothly. Because it's really a unity of the family. It's not just one person. It's not like, the way the world has gone, which is just choosing on your own. It's truly as a family, how we can really build the next generation, the next family together, which comes from this unity. So of course, attending the PMC orientation, you are here. So that is one track of you and now being prepared for the entering in the parents matching convocation. Also, you'll be needing to learn and understand the matching process and the different ways to find a match. I think this is also a challenge. We did a little kind of brainstorming session with parent representatives, children representatives, in relation to what are their concerns when it comes to matching their children and or being matched by their parents. And one of their big concerns is somehow this, not feeling confident somehow as parents, maybe to find a match because of, not having, always had that feeling maybe that true parents would always give the matching, or our leaders would always give the matching to our children. But actually, true parents have said many times, it is your responsibility, the parents' responsibility. So, we have to, in order to get confident, in order to prepare ourselves, we need to know, okay, what is the process? What is it that I need to do? What do I know? How can I learn the process? And also where can I find the candidates, for my children? So this is also, I think, something that it has been a bit challenging, but luckily with now, the different aspects and areas, we have, the PMC, we have the matching website. There are levels of ways to find a match, but we have to know how to do that. So this is where this is important. So this is why we will be having education sessions to go through this. And then what also I really want to emphasize is making a matching plan with your children. This is something we have to see, that actually the children and the parents are responsible, and they both need to take ownership. It's not just a one-way kind of just only one way. It's actually the responsibility of both the parents and children. And this communication is important, understanding the situation, the needs, a lot of conversation with your children, a lot of conversation with the parents, in order to really start the kind of create the platform for the matching to start progressing and knowing what, who to look for in your in the future spouse of your children. So this is something that we will share a little bit about. And then, so when it comes to the children, what is it that they need? Same, Chongsong. We also need Chongsong. We also need to prepare ourselves, our hearts, for the blessing. When it comes to the time when the blessing is possible, when you come to the blessing age, there's a period where you have to recognize, okay, your parents will start to approach you maybe, but you need to be open to that. You need to be ready. And that is where offering Chongsong is going to be important, individually, and then also with your parents as you prepare to even enter into the blessing process. In the matching, even the matching preparation. I think if your children feel they're not ready yet, then maybe start offering together Chongsong to say, okay, let's do this together so that we can see, how we can be prepared, how God can be with us during this a period of 40 days or 21 days in order to see how we can start even just the conversation about the matching and the blessing. And then unity with parents is also very important. So efforts in that area is needed. Sometimes that can be the struggle because of disunity with the parents. It's hard to then think that, oh, my parents are now going to match me, but I don't, communicate with them. Of course, that's going to be a problem. So this has to also be a way we need to recognize our need and our role to solve this. Character development and spiritual life development is very important. That's why actually we really emphasize, doing some sort of mission or public life volunteer programs to really prepare your heart, and understand a bit more, inherit actually the heart of our true parents through these activities, which helps us develop more deeply in character and also spiritually. Which is very important. When you're in a missionary environment, you're basically dealing with many different types of people, right? And with witnessing, you're dealing with many different types of people, learning how to love, even though people don't return back that love. And this is all practice actually for your blessing, because for your matching, because in the matching situation as well, you're very two different people in a way. And so that unity also needs to be realized. And that's where this practice of being able to unite and love of different people, different characters, different personalities, also allows you to open up your heart, bigger your heart for preparation for when you receive your spouse. So this is very much emphasized as a need to really develop as you prepare for the matching and blessing. Divine principle education. So actually the recommendation is that before entering into the matching process, you need to have a 7-day and 21-day education content. So over the course of your period of education, we need to be able to, really understand what is the divine principle, the background, the actual principle of our life, of our movement, of our true parents, So this is one. And of course, the blessing education. So we actually, in order to enter into the PMC, those who want to enter as candidates, you all have to go through a blessing education of level 1 and level 2. We will go into that a bit more later. And then learn how to become a candidate and prepare what is required. So this is also will be shared. And making a matching plan with your parents as well is very important. So what is a matching plan? Basically, the idea is that matching is really the responsibility of both the parents and children. The parents and also children need to be responsible and take ownership over the matching decision. In fact, True Mother mentioned at one point that people, because of even through the Chonilguk matching of our true parents, a lot of people broke their blessing. And that True Mother said they didn't take responsibility. They did, true parents, even though true parents chose, they should still take, that ownership. Oh, I chose to enter into our Chonilguk matching. This is my ownership. This is my choice. I take ownership over this decision. If they don't, it's very easy to say, oh, it wasn't my choice. Oh, this and that. And that's where you start, easily, giving up your position and, leaving your proper position and leaving your responsibility. So this is important, so creating a matching plan together is very ideal to support the parents and children in the communication and also in the understanding of what is the situation of each side, and also in the actual decision in the end. So creating a matching team, through the matching supporters or BFD department is a way to really help you, guide you through this process. Explore life goals and core values and characters of the candidate. Identify areas for the candidate to work on. So what is it that your child needs to work on? Maybe you just need to have that conversation first before you push for the blessing. Maybe look at, okay, what is it that they need to, improve in their character, and what is it that they need to improve in their life, and, to go through that as well, to guide them. More so in the internal, I will go into this later. I think it's not about so much the external, but really the internal character and development of their spiritual life as they prepare for their blessing. Identify also what is it that is, challenging. They're called deal breakers. What is it that the child actually is looking for in the match, and, understanding it from their perspective, but at the same time, also giving guidance, to realize that we are needing to also understand from our the vertical and our heavenly parents' perspective. So if there's too much, horizontal desires only, we have to give guidance. But that conversation needs to happen. If we just assume they will just accept without really going into that discussion, also it can cause problems in the future, or even in the whole process at the end. We don't have the same idea, and it can cause some challenges. Consider important questions also to ask, potential partners, so as you will be, entering into a matching process, okay, what is it that you really want the partner or your spouse to have and to know, and how you would ask, what kind of questions, and then ideas for where to find also your potential candidate, and also clarify desired level of involvement of the candidate. In how much, in some cases, I think the children, especially that when they're a bit older, there's more need to maybe, they want to be more involved in the whole decision making. But in some cases also the child can really allow the parents to completely take that decision, and then also be the one to obviously enter into the process and decide together once they start their communication. So this also, just all these things, we will go into detail through the education content, but just to emphasize, it is good to really talk to your children. It's good to have a conversation. Maybe some people are here as parents, but not with their child. And maybe, of course, you are here to prepare yourself to have this conversation with your child. But this is where we need to start having this conversation. Okay, so now I'll go into what requirements are needed to join the PMC. So this upcoming PMC specifically, we need to attend the parents' education. As parents, you need to attend the parents' education session. There will be one tomorrow and next Thursday. You need to attend in order to go really through deeper into the values of the blessing, and also into the process of the blessing. So this will be explained more tomorrow. A process of matching that leads to the blessing, And then also assist your child to finalize their profile and submit the profile of the children. This will be needed in order to register for the parents matching convocation. You cannot enter the parents matching convocation if you are not there to also present your child's profile. You can't just be there and just to see, okay, maybe I'll see, and later I can choose. No, you need to also put your child's profile in the parents matching convocation. Matching supporters, of course, BFD directors and our leaders can join as they are representing to support the parents in the match and the children in the matching. But as a parent, you need to be able to submit also the profile of your child if you are there to also see other candidates. Also, assist your child to join the necessary education and fulfill all the requirements to become a candidate. In order for your child to enter into the PMC and submit their profile, they need to become a blessing candidate. And so there's certain requirements that they need to offer in order to do that. So we'll look into that now. So as a child, you need to submit your profile. You need to present yourself well, actually, because unfortunately, if we're not on site, we can't meet in person, right? Which means everything is going to be given through a video. Everything is going to be given through a picture. So your whole presentation is very important. In fact, I've really heard actually education on the importance of even putting real investment in how you are presented, even with the picture, so that it shows to the other candidate that you've made investment to present yourself to them. So it's actually kind of a form of showing the value of even this point for you. You're not just taking a picture anywhere or like just a selfie, but actually putting effort into taking a picture for the benefit of really showing to your future spouse, this is how much I value this first encounter with you, basically. So this is something I think we need to emphasize again. Even that it's kind of a way, some kind of chongsong in a way, by making effort to also present yourself, not fakely. We're not here to just put a lot of different designs or maybe I don't know, filters to make yourself look beautiful. Without, it's more about naturally, but really being able to make effort, even with all that you have, make effort to really present yourself for your future spouse. So how to become a candidate? You need to become a candidate to enter the parents matching convocation. You can't just be an applicant. You can't be someone who's just saying, oh, I want to join the blessing, but you don't go through this process of becoming a candidate. So how do you become a candidate? You need to complete and submit the matching application. You need to fulfill the age requirements. I believe in our region, it's 17 for brothers and 16 for sisters. We need to complete the blessing interview. So this is where it's done with the BFD department and like a kind of a confession interview where you go through all your details, and then that's signed off by the BFD to say that you've passed the interview and that process. You need to attend the blessing education, which we'll have one this Saturday, which is more kind of a testimonial, and the one next Saturday as well, as a level 1 and level 2 education for the blessing. And then you need to also have the medical information and tests that are necessary. And also at the point of fast there's a fasting of 3 days is recommended. So this is actually before receiving the blessing, is definitely needed. But in terms of entering into the process, it's still possible that you can do it while in process of the matching as you prepare to enter the blessing. So that's for the requirements to join the PMC. And then when it comes to finding the match during the PMC, basically when you enter into the PMC, now you're on the mode of looking for your match for the children, right? So you need to be focused on that. How do you do that? You need to attend actively in the PMC. So you need to attend, you need to be there. You can't not be there. So you need to be present. So make sure you definitely have the link, you have everything prepared, you have the internet access in order to be there. You need to be focused and prepared, and you need to really offer that, as I think Reverend Beugre, not looking just from the external eyes, but really preparing yourselves to look, okay, what does God want for my child? How is God going to choose, the future spouse of my children? So this is something, this requires a bit of internal preparation as well. In that process also, while you're seeing the candidates presented on Monday, on the first day, Saturday, we'll be presenting the sister candidates. On the second day, brother candidates. On the Sunday, it will be the brothers, sisters candidates, sister profiles, So you will need to focus, okay, if you have a son, you'll be focusing on the sisters, right? If you have a sister, if you have a daughter, you'll be focusing on the brothers and really checking, okay, all the profile, what comes up, and noting will be actually, everyone will have a kind of a booklet with all the candidates, and you'll be able to note, okay, this person has this, and you may be interested in this person for your spouse, for your children. So this is where we recommend you actually kind of choose 10. Of course, you might have the high 1, 2, 3, top 3, but in order to really, in order to maybe have some time, what we're going to do after this is having a parents network session. We want people to be able to at least have some pairing of possible potential matches. They can meet the parents, and at least have a conversation with them to see, okay, because maybe even though you might choose a certain people, maybe they're not on top of the list, but because you meet the parents, you understand more about the person. That can also be a way for you to be able to allow your children to also take part and get to know the potential candidate. You also, so through that, also how to find a match is also by attending the parent networking. This will help you. So this is something we didn't do last time. We're doing it now. It's something other regions have done, which allows for after the PMC, the parents who attended the PMC and they have people that they've put down as possible potentials, we try and find a way to pair them with other parents who also might have put the same person down, so that they can meet even online. We create that platform because I think, of course, we can have a lot of content through the candidate's profile, but we can get more when we start talking to the parents, which is also what needs to be done as we decide the match for our children. We need to follow up and keep looking also, meaning don't get discouraged because we didn't find our match or our children's match in the PMC. That's why it's important that profile should also be put up on the website, because there you can keep looking through the people that are coming through the website, which is an international website, and it can really allow for constant follow-up and connecting. And then when it comes to the children, how did they find the match? Basically, they need to submit their profile, right? And regularly update their profile. If it's on the website, regularly update it. Present yourself well in video and picture. Offer Chongsong as your parents search and prepare in order to prepare your heart. So sometimes, you know, as a child, okay, your parents are looking and maybe you don't do anything, but actually you need to also do something. Not look, but offer that Chongsong so your parents can be really ready and finding the perfect the match for you. So that is important, knowing that is happening and offering Chongsong at the same time. Also practice character development and spiritual life. So this is where doing missionary course, different programs to really help you develop yourself. And then, so what happens after you look after entering into the PMC? Now you've got people that you see as maybe potential candidates. Now you need to contact, right? You need to contact the family. So how do you do that? By attending the parents networking session. So that's one way. Also contacting your BFD department for contact details of desired families in the PMC. This is also another way. Direct also from the website contact. So normally also on the website, you can see the contact information also and contact them. And also with support of matching supporter and BFD department leaders, you also can find a way to contact the people that were in the PMC. When it comes to children, actually children are not recommended or are not really, should not be contacting other families. It should be through the parents. This is important. So only parents should contact potential family parents. If the parents have a certain difficulty, language, or maybe internet, they're not so clear on how to use it, you still shouldn't allow your child to be the one to contact the parents of a potential candidate as the first contact. It should be through either the BFD or matching supporter, and this, you know, can at least keep that verticality when it comes to the first contact until it's agreed that you will start communication with the potential match, which is another area. So that's mainly, so this is actually just for the PMC. I'm sharing these kind of, what are the guidelines to enter the PMC? What are the preparations required? How is it that you really will find your spouse, you know, or the future potential spouse for your children? And then also, what is it after? What is the, you know, what happens after basically contacting them? Of course, once you contact, there's much more, right? There's more preparation needed, which we will go into more tomorrow when we talk about the process of the matching and the blessing and all the requirements of that. But this is more just guidelines to enter into the PMC and what happens during the PMC. But one thing I want to emphasize is really we need to offer Chongsong. Chongsong is really the only way we can also come to feel with God's heart, see through God's eyes, and really understand from God's perspective. If we struggle to maybe that's, as I said, some of the concerns of parents was maybe feeling inadequate to be able to match their children because it's a big thing, a big responsibility, right? A big, you know, and they would prefer maybe, you know, true parents because they have that level of you know, connection with God, they can give, you know, the right spouse for their children. That's why I think when true parents said that actually it's now the parents' responsibility, I think it was quite challenging for many parents to be like, wow, suddenly they have to be the ones to give matching to their children. But the reason why true parents have said that is because also if we offer the same amount of Chongsong and develop our hearts just as true parents did, in relation to connecting with God, we will also be able to have that ability to really find the right spouse, looking at all the ancestral line and everything that we mentioned when it comes to matching our children. So this really offering of Chongsong should be on every level, from husband and wife, from parents and children. Also, when you enter into the initial communication phase, both parents should also offer communication in Chongsong. Also between candidates, they should offer Chongsong. When they want to make a decision about the matching, they should offer Chongsong. When they want to prepare for the blessing, they should offer Chongsong. And even during family life, it's not like, okay, now you get blessed, okay, there's no problems whatsoever. No, even as a couple, offering Chongsong helps you to start really looking and seeing from God's perspective and overcoming any difficulties, because you come to recognize and bring that unity together. So that's really what I wanted to share. It really just kind of guidelines towards the parents matching convocation and how to enter, and what are the requirements. But more detail, basically the first requirement, of course, was the Chongsong and really the preparation of heart. But even, practically, it's to come to this orientation session to understand more about the schedule for all of the upcoming education sessions, so that you can attend, and also that you can register and submit the profiles of your children, so that you can register for the PMC. So this is the main point of also this orientation, to really stress this. So thank you. I think I will end here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our dear beloved sister, Mrs. Mica Amanlaman, for that clear and excellent presentation. But you know what? During the presentation, I had a thought. I was thinking, what about those parents who feel incapable of finding a match for their children? Or maybe what about those children who don't fully trust their parents to find the right match for them? But then during the guidance, the answer just came like a light. And it was the point on Chongsong. For me, I believe Chongsong is key. So instead of using our own abilities or using our own eyes, instead with Chongsong, we can kind of borrow God's eyes and see, like for example, our own matching and blessing. If we used our own eyes, I do not think we're going to be together right now. But because we offered ourselves and borrowed God's eyes through Chongsong, so today we found out that after God created you, 3 years later, He made me for you. Isn't it?
Beautiful.
Yeah, so for me anyway, this was my highlight. I don't know what you think.
It doesn't only involve the parents or the children or even the ancestors in the PMC, it also involves God's. So let's imagine God, how He will be feeling. My little one is going for matching. My little one is going for matching. Oh my God, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, I can imagine when our little baby boy, Shinbuk, when he grows up, I'm sure we're going to have the same excitement. So yeah.
Once again, thank you so much, Mrs. Mica Amanlaman, for this wonderful presentation.
Yes.
So we are going to keep the spirit very high, and then next we will enjoy the moments as we are going to watch a video performance from the Sunhak choir from Benin. And for this, I'm going to ask the technical team if they are ready to share, and I'm going to ask all the families to enjoy.
We are the children,
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for the performance. I hope everybody enjoyed. I especially love the lyrics, which says, I know who I am, as God's child. So it's a very beautiful song with many beautiful faces, lots of talent. Thank you once again. So at this time, brothers and sisters, family members, I would like to invite you all to prepare your heart and mind as we listen to the testimony from
Mrs. Tsana Louise from Congo, Brazzaville, with a round of applause.
Merci de m'avoir accordé parole. Bonjour, vice-présidente. Bonjour, président régional du département de famille Benin. Je vais devoir vous présenter un témoignage à propos du PMC. Le PMC, pour moi, comme j'ai un profil que j'avais présenté depuis la bénédiction passée, constitue pour moi un moyen vraiment propice pour pouvoir trouver des partenaires de nos enfants. On avait décidé de chercher des partenaires pour nos enfants, mais ce n'était pas aussi facile. On se disait, je vais commencer par où, je vais chercher qui. On est limité étant donné que nous sommes une grande famille, on n'a pas le contact de tout le monde. Donc, on pouvait penser peut-être à nos proches, mais de là, quand le PMC est arrivé, nous avons eu la chance de voir assez de profils, assez de familles, des parents. Donc, pour moi, c'était vraiment une belle occasion et je pense que même les parents qui sont avec nous ici avaient beaucoup apprécié. Donc, ça nous permet, ça nous donne de l'espoir. Ça nous permet donc de trouver les partenaires. Quand bien même nous ne pouvons pas les recevoir à l'instant, mais ça nous ravive la foi. Ça nous met en espoir et ça nous rassure. C'est pourquoi nous sommes persévérants pour ce PMC. Et je veux aussi quelque chose qui m'a particulièrement touché dans ce PMC, c'est la présentation des photos des familles. Pour les photos des familles, on ne trouve pas seulement la photo, l'image du candidat. C'est toute une famille. Et personnellement, en regardant les familles, je me suis interpellée aussi par des jeunes gens qui se retrouvent dans cette famille qui n'ont pas peut-être l'âge d'aller au matching. Et je peux donc envisager un éventuel matching pour mes jeunes enfants et je dois aussi postuler pour l'avenir. Donc, je pense que c'est vraiment un moyen très important pour nous et ça nous met en confiance, ça nous rassure. Étant donné que cette responsabilité que les vrais parents nous ont donnée semblait être un peu lourde, on ne pouvait pas l'accepter aussi facilement. Mais je pense que le PMC vient comme alléger cette tâche et nous aider, nous donner assez d'énergie. En tant que directrice de DFD au Congo, j'ai vu des parents qui avaient lu des profils de leurs enfants qui sont devenus actifs. Pourquoi? Parce qu'ils veulent approprier leurs enfants. Et comme ils savent qu'il faut aller dans les dévotions, il faut prier pour cela, dans ce temps, il faut que je prie. Je dois me mettre à prier, je dois donc être actif en tant que parent pour que prochainement mon fils trouve un partenaire. Donc cela a aussi motivé beaucoup de nos parents ici à se mettre à la ligne de front. Pourquoi? Parce que c'est question non seulement de trouver un partenaire, mais c'est question d'être aussi modèle, dynamique et actif pour avoir une réponse à notre demande au niveau du ciel. Voilà un peu ce que je peux dire sur les PMC. Vraiment, c'est quelque chose de bien. Je pense qu'on peut encourager et continuer sur cette lancée. Je vous remercie.
Hey, thank you so much, Mrs. Tsana Louise, for that inspiring testimony. I really hope my mom is here because she really has a lot to learn in order to match my little brothers and sisters. isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, so finally, at this moment, we are now going to invite our beloved Secretary General, who's going to give us the announcements and also the upcoming schedules. So please join us as we welcome our dear beloved brother.
So-sheloba Houngbedji.
You have the floor.
Okay, so greetings to everyone. First of all, to our Regional Vice President, to our Regional BFT Director, Richard Beugre, and also to our Blessingfield family and everyone. We are really grateful to have you today. As you can see, even our room of Zoom today is full, right? And some people are still trying to get in, but they have difficulties. So we are really happy to see this. You can see that everyone really is concerned by this topic. We're grateful to have you. So after the different presentations, right, given and showing the different procedures and how we should also attend, right, in order to reach out to the PMC, I would like just to present basically the different programs that we will have in order to prepare ourselves towards the PMC. So I will briefly share my screen quickly, because I believe time-wise, we do not have a lot of time, and I will try my best to be quick enough in order for us really to have the informations. So, well, I believe everyone can see my screen. So just try to go, yes. So basically, this is the overall agenda that we have. As you can see, we started the procedure or even the process of mobilization for this PMC this month. We started our first program on the 4th, right? This was the first mobilization team orientation. And then after what you had the mobilization team education. So as you maybe already noticed, in each nation, we have a team centered on the BFT director. We're trying to mobilize all, right, our brothers and sisters, young brothers and sisters, and also the parents, right, to join this PMC in order to understand better, right, the purpose of it. And for this, we also requested that in each nation on the 7th, which was a Sunday, last Sunday, I believe, right, to have an exchange session with the parents and also the youth in order to open their heart, really try to create this wonderful atmosphere where people can feel really, let's say, they feel open. We get enlightened on the different matters that they have maybe, or the concepts that they have about the blessing and the matching in order for them to join, for instance, the PMC orientation session we had today. And then after what, as already announced, after this after this PMC orientation session, tomorrow we will have the open education parent session, right? And this is for all the parents. We really want all the parents to be able to join, to receive more details on how to prepare in order to engage for this procedure, and also how to take care also of their own children, encourage them in order to join this. And at the same time, well, it will be also the date where all our parents and also the children can already start to submit their profile. So therefore, we'll be sending out the link for the education sessions and as well also the link for the registration towards the PMC. So then we'll have the testimonial night that we also will like to hold. And this is basically really to allow our older brothers and sisters, most especially young people, already went through the process of the matching and the blessing, basically already started family life and ideally already have children, where they can also express their own personal challenges, or let's say the way that they went through up to the blessing, right? Because we have a lot of different situations maybe we are in as a young person, and we may ask ourselves, right, how can I overcome this? Or we feel, or maybe because I'm in this situation, for instance, I cannot maybe go now for the matching and the blessing. But I believe through this testimonial night, or this testimonial sharing, everyone can find some answers to what maybe they think they need to discuss about, or maybe some things that they feel they would like to ask to someone, but maybe they do not have the answer. And it's open to parents as well, right, to everyone in order for them to join, they participate. Then after the testimonial sharing on night, we have the exchange, another exchange session that we like that each mobilization team, right, can hold in the different nations, once again to make sure that everyone can have the information about PMC coming up, right? Having a really wonderful familial environment, atmosphere where we can share this and also listen to the concern of people, seeing what they really would like to know and understand, and therefore provide also answers and also solutions to any possible situation they do have. Then the next week, meaning starting from the 15th already, as you can see, we are still in the process where people are submitting the profile up to the 21st, right? And on the 18th, you have the general education, once again, the second session for the parents. And after what, you have again the education session, but this time for the potential candidate for the matching and the blessing, right? And this is for those who are around 17 when you are a sister, 17 and above, and then 18 when you are a brother, 18 and above, therefore need to join. So for this also, we recommend to all the BFD directors and also the national mobilization team to prepare the environment in order for people to gather in the different churches, because we believe this is the best setting in order for people to have better focus, in order to understand and also take note and really receive. We believe the atmosphere matters a lot when it comes to education. And therefore, by creating this atmosphere, we believe all those potential candidates towards the matching and the blessing can receive a lot. But at the same time, as we also wish to have a setting where people can also come to confess, as you know, after the education, people might feel, oh, I need to share something. And that's where we feel when we organize this on the field, right, in the church or in the youth center, therefore, we can also set a proper environment where the BFD director will be present with his staff in order to receive. It's not obliged to be confession, saying that, oh, maybe I did a mistake or something, but maybe you just want to exchange and express one's heart, right? And therefore, a setting also about this, or for this, will be also recommended. Then, as you can see, as I already mentioned, the 21st of November, right, will be the deadline for the submission of the profiles. Therefore, all the parents and all the children, I mean, the families together, after discussing, exchanging, and seeing how they can submit the profile, please note the 21st will be the deadline, right? We'll be closing the Google form through which you are meant to submit your profile. And just after this presentation, the overall presentation, I'll be presenting basically how you can submit or register basically by submitting the different profiles. Then after this, so the staff dealing with the different profiles will be collecting the different profiles and preparing them in order to set the profiles booklet. And this booklet will be shared starting from the 26th, right? So from the 26th, all registered for the PMC by submitting the profile of their children as candidates will have access to this booklet. So the booklet is basically, as it's mentioned, a booklet, but a small book where you can have access to the different profiles of the brothers and the sisters prior to the PMC itself. Therefore, you can have an idea already of what kind of person will appear during the session of the PMC. And as you can know, during the PMC is not only the pictures or the profiles that will be that will be presented, but also a short video. The candidate will be presenting a short video himself, and therefore you can also have more information about this person maybe you already selected in the booklet and be able really to focus better. So the PMC will happen on the 27th and on the 28th. And as we already mentioned, the profile, the PMC on the 27th will be for the brothers profile presentation. And for the 28th, it will be for the sisters profile presentations. Of course, it will be also good to participate to both days. It's not because maybe, for instance, my child is a boy or a brother, that's why I will only participate to the 28th. I can also participate also on the 27th, not to make sure, for instance, that the profile of my child also is appearing, right? So it's also good to participate. It's also a good Johnson, as we mentioned, in a good condition in order to support all the process of the PMC. Then after the 27th and the 28th, directly we'll be having the parents, right, submitting the wish list. Therefore, we also have a link for this, and therefore we will be sharing it with you. And during this period, you have to choose up to 10 candidates, as our original vice president was mentioning in her presentation. So each person will have the opportunity to choose up to 10, right? And once this will be finished, therefore the deadline to submit your wish list will be up to the 30th, right, of November, so the last day of November. And starting from the 1st to the 2nd, the team will start the pairing. So the pairing is not the matching, right, but it's to allow to set up the system in order to have the parents who have maybe a child on the list, right, meet the other parents as well in order for them to exchange and discuss. And once the pairing will be done, then we have the announcement, right, of the date when we'll have the parents networking. where the parents will have the first contact with other parents, right, based on their wish list. So therefore, we will announce the date, but definitively what we are planning so far is to have it on the Saturday 4th up to the Sunday 5th. Therefore, the floor will be open for this. If we need more time in order to set up the system, maybe it will not be at this date, but definitively it will be announced to everyone. First, read to know about it and be aware of when it will happen. So just to summarize, here's basically how things will happen, because with all the calendar, maybe we might be lost a little bit. So today, for instance, November 11th, we had the orientation session for the PMC, this session that we're having together. Tomorrow, November 12th, we have the parents' education, the first session of the parents' education. Then on November 18th, right, we'll have the parents' education, a general parents' education. And as our original president mentioned already, really, we wish all the parents to be present, right, in order for them really to be very well aware of all what will happen and how they really should engage for this. And then, as we also mentioned already, starting from the 12th up to the 21st, meaning starting from tomorrow up to the 21st of this month, you can already start to submit the profile of your children, right? And starting from tomorrow, we'll be sharing the link in order for you to have access for the registration, in order to submit your profile. So registration here means that you have to submit the profile of your child, who is a potential candidate. And once you register, or once you submit the profile, what are you going to receive by doing so? You'll be receiving the link for the PMC, and also you have access to the booklet, and also have access to the link for the wish list. So therefore, in order for you to really fully participate to this PMC, definitively you need to register. Then afterwards, on the 27th up to the 28th, we'll have the PMC, as we mentioned. The first day, 27th, will be the presentation of the brothers' profiles, and on the 28th will be the sisters' profile presentation, right? And from the 28th up to the 30th, all parents should be submitting the wish list. Therefore, the deadline will be the 30th. And then afterward, we'll have on December 4 and 5, the parents networking. Then for the children, what are they meant to go for? So as today, parents and children gathered today in order to have this orientation. And then afterward, we have the testimonial night. Of course, it's not closed up only for the children or the youth. The parents also can join this testimonial night. It's really open, but it's more focused for young people. Therefore, we really encourage our brothers and sisters, also encourage the parents really to send their children to this testimonial night. A link for this also will be sent out in order for you really to register, right? But I believe it's open, but it's more a questionnaire, let's say, in order for you also to submit the possible questions you would like really to have answer for, right? Maybe so far you were struggling with something in your mind and you really wish really to have an answer, and so far you couldn't have. I believe the testimonial night might be an opportunity for you to have an answer for this. Then after what, we have the exchange session on Sunday, 14th, and then also we have the education session. For the education session, absolutely, each candidate should register themselves, right? And through the registration, they will be receiving the link for the education session. The education session also is a kind of a condition through which one comes to qualify him or herself in order to become a candidate, right? You need to understand, you need to really receive education in order to prepare, right? In order to be a candidate. And therefore, for all candidates, even though you did submit your profile from the 12th to the 21st, right? But after, by checking, right, the list of those people who joined, for instance, the education session and your name is not written. Therefore, unfortunately, we'll have to ask you to have access to the education session and be able to go through it in order for you to be a true potential candidate that can be presented during the PMC. So it's really important to join the education session. Yes. So now what I will be doing is to present basically the registration form, and I'll be sharing once again my screen. I hope I'm not taking a lot of time, but I hope that we are still focused and we can really look at it together. It's really not complicated, it's very simple, right? But of course, you need a little bit of focus in order to make this possible. Yes, so here is it. So once the link will be sent, this is how the registration Google form will be presented. I hope that everyone can see my screen, right? And that's how it will be presented. First of all, we have an introduction message, an intro message. So therefore you can read and also have full access of how you should proceed. But basically the first thing that will be asked is the name of the candidate. So if the name of your candidate is So-sheloba Houngbedji, you should just write So-sheloba Houngbedji, right? His full name. Then after his age, if it's 40, I believe no one have we don't have a potential candidate of 45 years old, but still, right? Let's say maybe 18, and then it's a male, right? So the gender, have to mark it, and then the nationality is really the drop list, so you can choose what kind of nationality you have, and then the height is in centimeters. So therefore, if your child is, let's say, this, then 190 you don't need to put kg, is not needed. So just like this is enough. Centimeters, you don't need to put centimeters, sorry. And then we have the weight. So if this person is 90 kg, so you don't need also to put kg, you just put 90. It's just also enough. And then the academic background. Then here you can choose, as you can see, we have a high school, graduate from high school. Where your son or your daughter is at this moment when it comes to his academic background, and you can just select, let's say maybe this person is in university or college, so you can also select this. If there's something else, you can just click other and write down, right, what is the level of education of your son or your daughter. Then candidate health situation, that if he's in good health, you should check good. Then after what we have candidate's blessing status. What do we mean by this? Is it the first time that this person is going to the blessing, or the person already went through a situation of blessing but it didn't work and therefore is going once again to the blessing? And at this moment you should click re-blessing. But if it's the first time, then you click this is the first time, right? Then we have candidates' language abilities, and I believe this is also needed, right? In order for us to know during the networking situation, or maybe when you even go through the matching session, if you need interpretation, if we can assist you in this matter. And therefore it's also good to put you can choose a lot of languages. If your child speaks French, English, Portuguese, Korean, Japanese, and Swahili, you can check everything. If there is more, click other, right? And you can even write another language. It's really up to you. Then you also have a preferred age group. And this is basically, for instance, if after discussing with your child or filling up together with your child this form, and he feels, oh, maybe I want someone around 22, right? Rather than just someone 18 as I am. And therefore you can just check 22 here. Then after what? Here is really the important part, right? That is the part where you submit the candidate's picture. Therefore you need to prepare the candidate's picture in advance, right? And once you prepare it on the computer or on the phone, what you need to do now is to click on this add file. When you click on it, this page or this window will open, and you have this button in the middle, select file from your device. Once you select it, it will open, right, wherever you can find a picture. Let's say in my case is here, I enter pictures, right? Once I enter picture, let's say this is my candidate here, and I just select this, right? Once I selected a picture, I click upload. Once I click upload, as you can see, it will be uploaded, and that's it. You uploaded the picture of your candidate, right? And then after that, we have the family picture. As we mentioned, PDF shouldn't be the file that you have to send. Is really a picture. Sorry, I already did this. I'll just delete this one, and then it's the same procedure. Once you click on it, it will open, right? You click on select from your device, and let's say this is my family picture, right? And I click on it, right? I upload it like this, comes online, and that's it. Then the very other important point is the video, the intro video. As we mentioned, it should be around 1 to 2 minutes. Therefore, you also should click on the button will be available. You click on it, you select the video, and you also upload it. For this presentation, I did already uploaded the video because it takes a bit, a lot, not a lot, but more, it takes more time than the pictures. Just for time's sake, I already uploaded the video here. Therefore, once you do this, you click on next. Then there's another page that will appear. Then at this moment is where we are requesting the information of the parents, right, of the candidate. And therefore, here you have to write, for instance, the father's name. If it's DSS, you write DSS. The father's nationality, well, let's say Brazil, just randomly. Then the father's occupation is SDSD, right? And the mother's name is SDDAD. I mean, it's just to let you know, let's say Margaret or something, right? And then the mother's nationality maybe is Australian, so you click Australia. And then the mother occupation, let's say maybe teacher, right? So you can also write teacher as well. And then once you finish this, you click next. And then it will bring you to the last page where we need more information about the candidate. Therefore, first of all, the name of the candidate, once again. So you write it, then relationship of the person who is submitting this. Then, sorry, this is not the name of the candidate, but rather of the parent or the person in contact that we need to have. So you write it down here. Then the relationship of this person, is it the parent, the mother, or the matching supporter? Right, so that you click on it. If he's the father filling up this form together with his son, then you can click, or his daughter, father, right? If it's the mother, you click mother. If it's a matching supporter, you can click also matching supporter. Let's say in rare cases, right? In really rare cases, let's say maybe it's the national leader. We never know, we can have specific or special situations. And therefore, in this case, you should click on other and maybe write national leader, let's say. Right, and there you click you write down the email of the parent. This is not the email of the child. You have to write down, please. This is the email of the person, right, who is meant to participate to the PMC. So if it's the father or the mother or both who will be participating to the PMC, one of the parents' email should be written here, right? If it's the mother's email we would like to write, you should write the email of the mother here. If it's the email of the father, you should also write the email of the father. If it's the matching supporter who is really supporting this, representing the parents, therefore the email of the matching supporter should be written. As I mentioned before, if in a really rare case, for instance, the national leader who is dealing with this case, right? Therefore, writing this, the person or the national leader should write his email here. Then afterward comes the phone number of the WhatsApp, right? So with the phone number with which you are registered for the WhatsApp account that you have, you also should write this number here, and you click next, right? And we have then the last page that we have actually, where we have we are requesting more information under the candidate himself. So this is about the hobby and the interest of the candidate. Let's say maybe this person is interested in football. Right, we write football, then the personality and character, right? Positive traits of the person, we can write gentle, kind, I don't know, right? And be aware, you can just go, like you can write like this, right? It's really up to you how you want to write it, right? And also personality and character, negative traits. Negative maybe might feel a little bit strong, right? But here, what we are talking about is, as you know, we all have maybe something that doesn't fit or work very well. Let's say maybe I get angry very easily, or maybe I'm very lazy, or I don't know. It might be something about the candidate that we know about, and therefore it's also good to mention it in order to not bring any possible surprise that people may not expect. And there is also this part, when do you feel closer to God? Therefore, you can also write it. Then also we have qualities in a spouse that will best complement you. You feel maybe in your future spouse, what kind of quality would you like to see? And therefore also you can write this here. Then what is your seminar workshop that you have attended so far? So you can also write, is it 7 days workshop, 21 days workshop, or a special workshop? So therefore you can write it and also give some description about it. Then also we have other church experience. If you maybe already experienced fundraising, witnessing, or mission, public mission, or maybe you have been an admin for the headquarters or something like this, or supporting them, you can also give a brief description here. And then we have this, when do you intend to begin your marriage life, right? Because we all know after receiving the matching and the blessing, there is a period where we have to decide. And therefore, what we are asking here is to write maybe, let's say, after 10 years, as we gave an example here, or within 10 years, for instance. Maybe 10 years is too long, right? Let's say maybe 2 years or maybe 3 years, we never know. Or even though maybe after 10 months, feel free to write it, but it should be in this format after the number and the period, like month or years, and it will be good. Yeah. Then after what we have, if the other party has any of the following condition, will you be able to accept them? Right? And this is where we have, for instance, the person went through a blessing, and therefore maybe you feel I'm available for this. Or maybe this person had another situation regarding maybe he already went through the blessing, he started family life, but everything broke down and he's going back to the blessing. Will you be able to accept such a person, for instance? Right? Maybe this person had a purity issue, and then afterward went to the grace, received the special grace. Such a person, do you want really to receive this person? Right? Or maybe someone has a kind of a handicap or disability. Are you okay to receive such a person? Therefore, you can click on yes or no. It really depends on really, after discussing together, parents and children, after taking the decision, therefore you can come and check those different points. And then the last thing is message from the parents about their expectations of a suitable match for the child. Then the parents here should write something, right? Or maybe I want a child who have such quality and really wish that this and that. And therefore I would like to engage maybe myself with that and this. Once you finish this, you click on submit. All right. Once you click on submit, I believe it's taking a little bit of time on my side, right? Okay, it will appear this way. And therefore, normally in your email, you will receive automatically the different links that we mentioned. You will receive the link, right, for the PMC and also the link for the wish list and all the requested link in order for you really to be able to attend the PMC process up to the end. So basically, that's how our Google form is presented. I hope that this was insightful for everyone. I hope that you could learn a lot. Therefore, of course, once you also have the link, you can also go through it. Something I just want to notify, is that once you start to enter the different information, even though the first day, right, you feel that you cannot fill everything in, you are not obliged to continue. You can stop. But naturally, all the different data that you entered will be saved on this page. And therefore, you can come back and continue, right, the procedure up to the time when you click on submit. The second aspect, let's say that I have 2 or 3 children that need to go to the PMC this time. Therefore, once you filled out this form once for your first child, you have to go back on this link and fill it up once again for the second, and then also once again for the third child that you have. So you cannot fill out this for the 3 children at the same time. It should be for 1 child at a time. So basically, that's what we really wanted to share with you. Thank you very much for your attention. And we really believe that, well, I see a message in the chat. I hope it's not for me, right? But we believe the link has been sent out, right, for you to register. Therefore, you can see it in the chat of this Zoom link. Therefore, you can copy it. Therefore, we'll be also sharing it through the different leadership, and therefore you'll be receiving it as well. So thank you very much for your attention, and that's where I would like to end briefly this explanation given to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And merci beaucoup to our dear brother So-sheloba for taking us through the upcoming schedules. So of course, it's a very long process, but it's also very important to not miss any of it. So at this point, dear family members, we're now drawing closer to the end of our program for today. And now we're going to have our closing remarks.
And we would like to invite once again Reverend Beugre Richard with a round of applause. Reverend Richard, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you, once again for all the candidates, the parents who are here. I just want to speak in French to close my remarks. Vraiment, je voudrais remercier tout le monde d'être venu pour écouter en ce qui concerne le match, le PMC, afin d'avoir une idée assez claire. Parce qu'il y va de l'avenir de notre enfant, il y va de l'avenir de notre famille, il y va également de l'accomplissement de la promesse entre les vrais parents et nous. Donc, c'est pourquoi chacun doit pouvoir prendre son bâton de pèlerin et commencer le travail. C'est un travail de longue haleine, mais c'est un travail intéressant et c'est un travail passionnant. Et cette année 2021 est une année exceptionnelle pour la sainte communauté du Parent Céleste, surtout ici en Afrique. Une année formidable où aujourd'hui nous sommes en train de pouvoir faire le PMC comme ça se fait partout ailleurs, en Europe, en Asie, et techniquement tout est ici aujourd'hui. Donc je voudrais vraiment féliciter et remercier toute cette équipe qui est en train de travailler derrière toute cette organisation du PMC. Véritablement, je voudrais inviter tous les parents, sans exception, qui ont des enfants en âge de pouvoir aller au matching et à la bénédiction. S'il vous plaît, ne ratez pas cette opportunité de ce PMC. Parce que ce PMC, au niveau de l'Afrique, sera un peu plus international, s'il vous plaît. Donc, beaucoup d'enfants de seconde génération véritablement voulaient que nous ayons des profils venant de l'autre côté, venant d'ailleurs. Vous serez servis à travers ce PMC au niveau de l'Afrique qui sera organisé les 27 et les 28 novembre prochains. Donc, c'est un train que vous ne devez pas rater. S'il vous plaît, il faut pouvoir postuler. Et ensuite aussi, l'autre bonne nouvelle que je viens vous annoncer, c'est que le siège au niveau international, c'est-à-dire le BFD au niveau international, a décidé cette année également d'organiser un PMC au niveau international. Donc, vous voyez, ça vous fait plusieurs chances de pouvoir avoir un profil cette année. C'est pourquoi je dis cette année, c'est votre année, c'est l'année de votre année. Donc, cette année, tout le monde doit être matché et tout le monde sera matché. D'abord, quand on va organiser le PMC au niveau Afrique, quand vous allez tous postuler, d'autres auront l'occasion d'avoir ici leur matching. Et ensuite, quand nous allons organiser le PMC au niveau international, c'est dans le mois de décembre, encore vous aurez l'occasion d'avoir aussi votre matching. Donc, cette année, chers parents, chers candidats, si vous avez encore des doutes, si vous avez encore des préoccupations, nous sommes là. Nos portes sont ouvertes. La porte de la vice-présidente est ouverte. La porte du président régional est ouverte. Moi-même, ma porte, ça ne se ferme jamais. Ça est là. Vous pouvez m'écrire, vous pouvez m'appeler. On va vous expliquer et on va vous aider à postuler dans le PMC. Cette année, c'est notre année. Donc, chère famille Bénin Centrale, voici les bonnes nouvelles que je voudrais vraiment vous apporter pour vous dire que l'Afrique, Chine-Afrique, dont notre vraie mère a parlé, c'est maintenant. Et comme nous avons plus de 1000 enfants de seconde génération prêts à aller à la bénédiction, je veux avoir 1000 profils qui vont postuler pour l'Afrique et les 1000 autres encore qui vont postuler, les mêmes 1000 qui vont aller postuler certainement pour le PMC international. Donc, chère famille Bénin Centrale, chers candidats, chers matching supporters et conseillers à matching, le moment tant attendu est arrivé. Donc, ne ratons pas cette opportunité, ne ratons pas cette occasion de pouvoir matcher notre enfant et de faire en sorte que notre famille devienne une famille bénie centrale et que la promesse entre les vrais parents et nous soit définitivement accomplie. Que Dieu vous bénisse, que les vrais parents vous bénissent et fasse en sorte que vous soyez concentrés pendant ces deux grands événements qui arrivent pour l'Afrique afin que vous puissiez trouver votre matching pour votre enfant. Merci beaucoup.
That was quite an energy. Thank you so much, Reverend Beugre. And for the second closing remarks, we would like to invite our Vice President, Mrs. Mica Amanlaman. Please, you have the floor.
Thank you. And thank you again to all of our leaders for being present here, all of our blessed families, and all of our children, the youth present here. Thank you so much for joining. As you can see, there's a lot of things that are happening, right? And we are actually, I feel very much in the, our offering of the PMC on the Africa level has given us now this announcement that we've received that also it will be happening on the international level. So we are truly grateful that True Parents are giving us so many opportunities to help us and help as one family to really support the matching of our second generation, the matching of our youth, and really bringing about that true gift that our true parents are really wanting to give to us. So I am very grateful. I feel this is a great gift that we have. And I really want to ask everyone that to see this chance also on the region of Africa as we are holding it, to really use it as a great chance to be prepared for any upcoming opportunities of matching that will come about. So this is a time to be prepared, get ready, because there's a lot of things to get ready for. It's not just automatically that you can enter into the parents matching convocation. The effort required of internal cheongsong, the communication between parents and children, all of the education sessions, the submission of the profile, getting the videos, all of this takes time. All of this requires effort. All of this requires investment. And this is a chance that we can be prepared for any opportunities that come. And so I really ask that as we enter this month, November is really the month of the region of Africa to support all of our parents and all of the youth to receive and find their match, as well as in December having the international one and getting all the candidates also to join on that level. So this is a great opportunity, and I really ask all of you to get ready. During the education sessions, there will be more details. So I know there were some hands put up for questions. I'm sure there's many questions actually, but because of this is mainly the orientation, we're giving you the information tomorrow. We'll have a chance for questions for the parents, and also on Saturday, actually during the testimonial night, there'll be a question also for the youth. In fact, we're going to send a form out, like a questionnaire, just to ask all of any parents and also the youth what kind of questions they may have in relation to the PMC, or even entering into the matching, any concerns they may have, because this is a chance to ask elder brothers and sisters who've gone already through that matching process to share. And I think that's, as I said, it's the best education sometimes when it comes also from experiences of others in relation to their matching and the receiving of the blessing. So this is something I want us to do. So please fill that out in order to have your questions answered during that testimonial night. That will be for the youth, but for the parents and all also BFD supporters and matching supporters and BFD leaders, we will have another session tomorrow. This is the education session specifically and only for parents. So please join that. And also we will have answers to questions during that time as well. All right, thank you very much for joining. Let's really enjoy this month as we really enter into this time together with our true parents to bring the greatest gift to all of our youth and also to our blessed families, which is the blessing. Thank you.
Our dear sister, Mica Amanlaman, for your closing remarks, as well as for your dedication and for your concern for all of our second generation. On behalf of everyone, we love you and we're so grateful for you. So now, finally, to wrap everything up, we're going to have a closing prayer, and I would like to invite the BFD Director of Congo, Brazzaville, Mrs. Tsana, Louise, for the closing prayer. Sorry, could you please turn on the mic? The mic is off. Mrs. Tsana, Louise, your mic is off. Thank you.
Je vais vous joindre à moi pour la prière de clôture. Très chers parents cosmiques, curieux vrais parents du ciel et de la terre et de l'humanité, avec des cœurs pleins de gratitude, nous voulons offrir le partage d'orientation sur le PMC, bien-aimé, car nous reconnaissons combien tu es merveilleux, combien tu cherches les voies et moyens perdus. Centrale en tant que parent, en tant que seconde génération. De s'investir chaque jour pour pouvoir, au Père Célestement, nous donner des solutions, des pistes, Père Céleste, afin d'accomplir notre mission. Et pour cela, Père Célestement, nous te remercions pour la présence de toutes les familles bénies centrales, les parents, les enfants et des autres, Père Célestement, et que nous avons écouté, puissent bien-aimés devenir des sujets de méditation pour notre propre vie, afin que Père Célestement, chacun de nous puisse en bâtir des plans, des objectifs que nous devons, notre Père du ciel, réaliser pour le succès, notre Père du ciel, de notre mission. 3 générations doivent vivre ensemble, c'est notre devise. C'est cela que nous cherchons chaque jour, Père Célestement, et nous aspirons vraiment à cet idéal nuit et jour. Laisse que Père Célestement, partant de ces moyens que tu nous offres, nous puissions y parvenir. Merci beaucoup, Père Céleste, que nous remettons tous les programmes arrêtés par le staff d'entre tes mains, et que tu puisses, Père Célestement, guider, orienter, et que tu puisses aider les familles à pouvoir y participer massivement et activement, de sorte que, Père Célestement, nous puissions former une unité complète, Père Célestement, pour la cause du ciel, pour la cause de notre parents, et par là même consoler le cœur de notre grand-mère, Mica, qui attend des résultats. Bâtir le royaume de Tchonikouk, c'est la bâtir au sein de nous-mêmes en tant que famille centrale. C'est comme cela que nous allons établir un fondement solide avant après nous allons partir en dehors de notre propre famille. Et pour cela, nous te remercions et nous devons croire que tu vas continuer à nous guider, à nous accepter nous avons toi ce qui les accepte, nous donne l'énergie nécessaire pour pouvoir y parvenir. Et si nous allons l'élever à travers mon nom, parce que le Tsana, une famille de vie centrale, et ainsi de suite. Adieu.
Adieu. Adieu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mrs. Tsana Louise from Congo, Brazzaville. So as we are going through the end of the session, we are concluding the session. We would like to say to all our families, our parents, and our brothers and sisters that we would like to offer this we would like to offer this session to our heavenly parent. And as usual, we would like to invite our technical team to display the picture of true parents, and I will ask all the blessed families to rise, and we will offer about to our heavenly parent and our precious true parents of heaven and mankind. Chanjihin champunike kambe baro. Thank you so much once again. Thank you to our technical team. So we, as our tradition is usual, we are going to take a family picture.
The glory for Him.
Oh, yes, right before it, let's offer all the glory to our heavenly parent and our precious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Okay, so as I was saying, we are going to take family pictures, and we will be showing 3 poses. The first one will be just a smile. So after the count of 3, we will all say Aboji, and to show our beautiful smile to our heavenly parents and our true parents. And the second one, we will just offering those little hearts. And the third one, or the single one, they can offer the big heart like this. And for those couple, can just offer the heart. That's exactly. So at the count of 3, if the technical part is ready for the picture, we are going to start. 1, 2, 3. Wow, beautiful vibrations. Yes. Okay, let's continue to the second picture. That's good. That's good. And to the third one, we will be placing Tsana together with the don't forget, this one has the big one. We are sorry for us, our little baby is here, so it's a bit difficult to make the big heart. So let's say 1, 2, 3.
We are a chosen generation. We've been called for
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
God has given me, and I know who
Thank you so much.
Thank you, wonderful emceeing. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Obrigado, muito obrigado. Il est arrivé avant.
Wow, Shinzo.
Look at me, I'm a wonder. It doesn't matter what you see now. Can you see His glory? Oh, I know who I am. Take a look at me, I'm a wonder. It doesn't matter what you see now. Can you see His glory? Oh, I know who I am. Say, I know who I am. Lift your voice, shout I know who I am. How many of you know who you are? Come on. Come on. Let the world know who you are. Come on. Come on. Everybody shout out. It's your voice, shout out. I know who I am. In your workplace, going out and coming in, declare, say I know who I am. Every day.